Good day, everyone. By the way, I am Ria Isabastilias, the first reporter in Group 1. And today we are going to discuss to you the Prelim coverage, Topic 1, an introduction to franchising. Topic 2, preparation for franchising. And Chapter 3, benefits and responsibilities of a franchise owner. Intended learning outcomes. Describe what is franchising and other franchise term. Number 2 is to determine the advantages of owning a franchise. And number 3, explain the legal issue and franchising. Number 4, discuss the concept of franchisability. Number 5, identify the steps involved in preparing franchising. Number 6, determine the criteria to be developed by the franchisor to evaluate a franchise. Number 7, state franchise disclosure agreement. Number 8, discuss the benefits of the name of a franchise company. Explain the responsibilities that come with owning a franchise. Now let's proceed to the next slide. So first, what is franchise? Franchise is a person or a group of people franchise the right to market a product or service using the trademark or trade name of another business. Franchisor. Franchise has also the right to market the product or service using the operating methods of the franchisor. The franchise obligation is to pay the franchisor fees for these rights. Whereas the franchisor, the obligation is to provide the right and support to the franchises. And that's all for my report. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. I am Rica Jacera, the second reporter of Group 1. My topic is about franchise agreement and types of franchises. First is franchise agreement. It is the legal agreement that creates a franchise relationship between a franchisor and the franchisee. As a franchisor, your franchise agreement will serve as the primary and most important legal document that will govern and define the legal relationship with your franchisees. Within your franchise agreement, you will be granting your franchisees the legal right to establish and develop their franchise locations, and in turn, the franchisees will be undertaking the obligation to establish and maintain their franchise operations in accordance with the mandates of our system and to pay to you certain ongoing fees. As a franchisee or prospective franchisee, the franchise agreement is the most critical document to your franchise investment. If you are promised something from a franchisor and you are relying on this promise, it must be contained in the franchise agreement or an amendment to the franchise agreement. The franchisor owns trademark or trade name and provides support by financing, advertising, and marketing and training. Financing. Not all franchisors offer financial assistance, but some do have financing programs available to franchisees. They may provide the franchisees with special extended terms on invoices for products and supplies, and they may help the franchisee negotiate extended or more favorable terms on business loans and leases. Advertising and marketing. Most franchisor advertising and marketing efforts either on a national or local level or both. These initiatives can be in the form of TV and radio commercials, direct mail, campaigns, social media and PR, and media relations efforts. Many franchisors require franchises to pay into a fund to cover those costs or will offer a co-op arrangement where the costs are split. training. In order to run your business, the franchisor provides a detailed operations manual that includes instructions for carrying out their operating system. It establishes the rules, standards, and specifications of the franchise and defines specific job responsibilities and tasks. The franchisee uses trademark or trade name and expands business with franchisor support. A franchisee is an independent small business owner who operates a third-party retail outlet called a franchise. In doing so, the franchisee has purchased the right to use an existing business, trademarks, associated brands, and other proprietary knowledge to market and sell the same brand and uphold the same standard as the first business. The difference is that the franchisor provides a bundle of services and products to the franchisee. For example, McDonald's expands overseas through franchises. Each franchise pays McDonald's a franchisee fee and a percentage of its sales, and they're required to purchase certain products from the franchisor. There are three types of franchises product. Distribution, it is the process of delivering the products and services along with selling them from a manufacturer to a customer. With the growth of the company, it becomes more important to improve the distribution to ensure that all people in product distribution channels are happy. Example of distribution through drop shipping. Merchants then choose the products they want to in their online stores and add them accordingly. Once a customer purchases a product from the online store, the merchant is notified and an order is placed with the distributor who arranges for shipment from their facilities. Next is manufacturing franchise. The franchise buys the license to produce a branded product or part of a product in accordance with the franchisor's practices and standards. The manufacturing franchise model is common in the food and beverage industry, the clothing industry, and the automobile industry. Examples include Coca-Cola, Hyundai, and Nestle. Last is business format franchise. It is the type most identifiable. In a business format franchise, the franchisor provides to the franchisee not just its trade name, products, and services, but an entire system for operating the business. Examples: Subway, Motel 6, or Max UPS Store. Most popular franchising opportunities are in these industries: fast food, McDonald's, Jollibee, KFC, and in retail, Doritos brand, Havaianas, Reef, and in automotive, the Maintenance Shop or TMS, Sonic Wash, Auto Spa, Race Wash, Car Wash. That's all of my report. Thank you.
Good day, sir. My name is Jaya Kaligonan, the third reporter, and my assigned topic is types of franchising agreement. There are two types of franchising agreement. First is single unit franchise, direct unit. Second one is multi-unit franchise. Let's tackle first the single unit franchise. It is often referred to as mom and pop franchising, first used in Europe by brewers for the sale of their beers at local taverns. It's likely the oldest form of commercial franchising. So, how single unit franchise works? And the sort of franchise the franchisor offers the right to establish and run just one unit, and the franchisee is typically hands-on or personally managing the franchise site. However, the franchisee is not always the business manager. Some franchisee will keep their current jobs, which some franchisors anticipate and advertise as manager run franchises. Second is the multi-unit franchise. It enables franchises to run to multiple dining establishments in a specific territory. So, how multi-unit franchise works? Multi-unit franchises expand operations from one to two businesses or many. Typically, a multi-unit franchise owner will take on a business development or strategic role rather than acting as a hands-on manager of its business unit. So what are the common franchise terms? We have here franchise, franchise agreement, franchising, franchisor, uniform franchise offering, circular, product distribution, franchisee, royalty, trademark, business format franchise, franchise disclosure document. So when we say franchise, is an authorization given to a person or organization to promote a company's product or services in a specific area. Next is franchise agreement. It is a binding legal contract details the terms and conditions of a franchisor for a franchisee. Franchisee is a person or owner who operates a franchise. Franchising is a method of distributing goods and services, which a franchisor creates a brand's trade name and business model, and a franchisee who pay a royalty and in some cases an initial fee for the right to do business under the franchisors. Name and system. Franchisor is a person that sells or grants a franchise for the goods or the operation of a service. Uniform franchise offering circular. It is a regulatory document describing a franchise opportunity that prospective franchisees have to receive before they pay any money, signing any documents, or certain situations, even meeting with the franchisor. Next is product distributing franchisee. It is based on supplier-dealers relationships in which the franchise distributes the products of the franchisor. Next is royalty, a recurring fee paid by the franchisee to the franchisor. The franchisor uses the royalty fee to support its existing franchises while also maintaining and expanding the franchise system. Next is trademark. It is a contract in which the franchisor grants the franchisee the right to purchase its products and use its trade name. Next is business format franchise. It is a distribution network with franchises paying the franchisor for the right to do business under a shared trademark or trade name for a set period of time. Last is franchise disclosure document. It is a legal document that franchisors must provide to prospective franchises before selling any franchise.
Good day everyone, I am Montenegro Francis Diana Rose and my assigned topic is all about what are the advantages and disadvantages of owning a franchise. So in advantages, first is cost-effective expansion. So in cost-effective expansions, the effect of expansions all costs incurred for any facility improvements, capacity expansion, and any facility manufacturing capital expenditure. So the second is marketing support. For example of marketing support is like marketing services, promotional products or services, and the third is additional sources of revenue. Income is one of less or any losses of costs associated. So in the fourth is acquiring talented manager. Is about more than finding the right person for a certain job. And the fifth is exability. For example, exability is application program would be moved smaller to larger operation or operating system. And in disadvantages, first is not only completely independent, and the second is pay ongoing royalties and advertising pays. So the third is balance restrictions and support, and the fourth is unforeseen problem. So the fifth is no say about the terms of termination. Legal issue of franchising. If you intend to franchise your business, then it's important that you develop clear agreement and standard for franchises. For example, if the franchisors occurs that came into the blame for an action, an experienced franchise law and the business attorney can be helped to navigate the legal and landscape the minimize damage to his or her client. So in franchise disclosure document or FDD, also known as disclosure document, the purpose or FDD is to provide prospective franchises with information about the franchisor. A franchise system and agreement they will need to sign. In these details, including the legal history of the company instructor, financial status and agreement existing the franchise, and many more.
Good morning everyone, I am Regis Labidor. My first topic is all about franchise agreement. Franchise agreement or license between two legally independent parties, which gives a person or group of people franchising the right to market a product or service using the trademarks or trade names of other business. Franchising. The franchisee the right to market a product or a service using the operating methods the franchisors. The franchise system means the entire franchise operations controlled by the franchisors, including all franchise business operatings in accordance with business system and using the intellectual property. Second, territory. What is territory? Franchise territory is the area within which a franchisee is authorized to establish and operate a franchise business. The scope and size of franchises territory is determined by the franchise agreements and levels of protections accorded to franchisee within the designated territory from processors to franchisors. Third, we have rights and obligations of the parties. The legal obligations that the franchisors or franchisee have to each another as spelled out in the franchise agreements. For a business relationship to work, both sides need to understand their business obligations to establishing as a successful company. It is the skill and experience and determinations that both and franchisor and franchisee being to the table that help to make franchise arrangements profitable. Fourth, we have common franchise term. First, we have franchise, a license that describes the relationship between the franchisor and the franchisor, including use of trademarks, pay support and control, franchisee agreements. The written contract between the processors and franchisee, which tell each party and it's supposed to do. Third, Franchisee, the person of, or company that gets right from the processors to do business under the processor's trademarks or trade names. Last, franchising, a method of business expansions characterized by a trademarks, license payment or fees, and significant assistance and control. 5. Payment made by franchising to the processors. The franchising fee is also called the initial franchising fee. Is the one-time payment made by the franchisee to processors for joining franchise system, usually upon signing the franchise agreement. It is typically as opposed to a percentage loyalty used by processors to offset the processor's franchise to start across marketing for franchises and other corporate expenses. 6. We have terminations and the right to transfer the franchise. 7. We have training assistance and advertising. Training is perhaps the most important component franchise board, and it will almost certainly play a big part in all franchise in the system.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Rupami Vipiol, and I'm a six reporters. My topic is all about franchise feasibility study. Franchise feasibility studies means a study carried out to find whether a company can be a successful franchisor. Number one is underlying business. A company that is part of the larger consolidate organization and it's kept in the extents only because of the non-transferable rights or franchise that it possesses. Number two is the product and services. The output of the business can lay somewhere between these two concepts. For example, a landscaping company could sell a homeowner a tree or goods and also mow the lawn and the services. Three is the systemization of business. Systemizing your business means putting yourself on a path to running the most successful business you can. Number four is the support system and phase. Number five is the potential for expansion. The expansion potential of a soil or sedimentary bedrocks formation is used to define a severity of risks related to the foundation or slab movement at the site. The second topic is all about assisting a potential franchise. Qualities of a potential franchise. Number one is ability to perform without supervision. Focus on not only who will do it but when it has to be done. Number two is being self-disciplined. A franchise should be self-disciplined with regards to time management and should be able to allocate time for paperwork, meetings, and moving in the market. Number three is ability to work under pressure. No franchise guarantees income and profits without putting any efforts. Number four is attitude to learn from failure. Number five is ability to meet the standard. A franchise should be able to create standard and continuously strive to achieve them. Number six is ability to take difficult decisions. Not everything would be smooth while running a franchise. Sometimes a franchise is required to take difficult decisions for the smooth functioning of the franchise. Number seven is ability to take balanced view. A franchise should be able to take a holistic perspective of any business issue that may emerge during the currency of the franchise. Number eight is tolerance to ambiguity. Business is a very complex system and clarity may reveal all aspects of the business. Number nine is receptiveness. A franchise should be receptive and have an open mind in the interaction with a franchisor. Number 10 is growth orientation. Franchise should have a long-term growth orientation rather than a short-term profit orientation. Number 11 is ability to delegate. A franchise therefore should be able to delegate tasks to other and get many things done rather than doing things oneself. The last one is the internal locus of control. A franchise should be able to put in the adequate efforts to be successful.
Good morning everyone. I am Mara Jane Erepol, the last reporter for Group 1. My topic is benefits and responsibilities of a franchise owner. Franchise owner responsibilities is to observe, cooperate operating policies established by the franchisor. This will include specific guidelines about such issues as marketing product and services, offerings, operating hours, and employees' uniforms. As well, any small business, you are also responsible for maintaining safety working environment for employee and keeping adequate financial record. Here the responsibilities of franchise owner. First, be a brand ambassador. As part of your franchise, you are expected to be a brand ambassador for your buying company. This means being active in your local community, being of service to others, and providing an unforgettable positive experience every time a customer's visit. Next is commit to your financial obligation. Franchises offers many resources to help you find success and maintain it, but the costs associated with ownership often get left up to you. They include payroll for your employees and regular royalties that are given to the franchises. Next is training your employee appropriately. Another list of responsibilities franchise owners face: training employees. Some franchisors provide regional training and materials for you and your management staffs. It is usually the business owner's responsibility to train other employees correctly. Next is marketing. The responsibilities franchise owners you either need to bring your marketing skills with you, acquire them, or hire someone to assist you in the marketing the company properly. Next is dedication. All the money in the world won't amount to success if you aren't hardworking and fully invested in your franchise. Even with brands, materials, and a time-proven business model, you need to dedicate your time and commit yourself entirely to your business to make it successful. Next is 100 Acre Consulting. There are many paths to being successful franchise owner, but the rules and responsibilities you face can be a new challenging depending on the franchise you pick. Next is dealing with customers. Most franchises offers products and services directly to the public. The owner of a franchise business will mostly likely deal with customers on a daily basis. Next is following the franchisor's guidelines. The franchise agreement spells out many different rules and franchise must follow. There are include pricing, hours of operations, acceptable signage, employee uniforms, and even accounting procedures. Next is royalty calculation. The franchise owner is responsible for timely and accurate accounting of revenues earned and market the royalty payments on time as spelled out in the franchise agreement. Last is the financing the franchise. A prospective franchise owner must have access to start-up capital just like anyone who wants to open business. Benefits of franchise. The benefits of a franchise is that the business will have an established products and services. That's all. Thank you.